session for Oman. It's definitely not New York. Alright. So we've got pound CPI in a minute and a half. We'll get straight into it. If it comes out 3.7% in line, like what it's supposed to come out with, I think we see a push in pound yen. And that's because the Bank of England will probably delay their rate cuts and then continue keeping them quite high. If it comes out less, I think we get some pound yen sells, because then we more likely to cut the rates because inflation is going down to the target 2%. If we get it, if it's hotter, as in higher than 3.7%, I think we'll definitely see a big push in GJ. Because the Bank of England will stay hawkish, as they say. So let's see what's going to be the numbers. Forex factory. I mean, the way pound yen has been falling. Look at this drop from yesterday. Finally broke straight down. Alright, let's see what we get. Let me see the results. Calendar. .8%, higher than expected. Oh, we should see some pound yen buyers today. M price is pushing up from a 4-hour support. Alright, so while we wait for that, let's do a breakdown. So daily candle is bearish. We broke yesterday's low, gapped down a bit, but we do have these wick projections to the left. Now on the 4-hour, we respected this previous support and started to push back up. But this current 4-hour candle is obviously respecting a previous low, but still just under 3 hours to go. We've broken a previous high. Now, if pound yen is going to continue following CPI, then I believe it's going to push back up to the top of the range, potentially to about 200 price point. Because the high CPI is quite bullish for the pound, it means that the interest rates by the Bank of England will be kept higher for longer, and that brings strength to GBP. So now, look, we've steadily been trickling up. I would just wait for potentially a 15-minute candle entry. Once price settles bullish, let's continue to ride up. And yeah, strong, nice push up from the 4-hour support. Great. See if we can jump in on this bullish volume. In the meantime, taking a look at gold. I haven't done any markups on gold just yet. The daily. Okay, so gold had a nice drop yesterday, right at New York Open, just after a massive drop. So we're currently still on a bearish trend. We're pulling back from the highs, which happens every time we get into the 3400s. Have a support on the daily all the way down here, 32.75, which is my sell target for the week if price does keep dropping. Right now, I think the daily is just making a top wick. We're going to flip bearish, break below, and then continue down. 4 hour, so we've created a support. Now we need start fresh. So now I need resistance and a lower high to sell back down to the bottom of the range. So that's what I'm looking for with gold today. 30-minute. Support right here. This is going to be my first sell target today, back down to the support at the lows. But overall, my target will be the daily support. Morning routine. Pretty clean range to go up. So maybe a retest of this resistance. And then sells back down. Did have a lovely break and retest yesterday that I was talking about just before the stream ended, because I anticipate that if it fell, we'd get a strong push away from the zone, away from the breakout level. So I wanted to pull back, and obviously we needed a top wick for this candle too, which is another reason I didn't want to get to sell straight away. Perfect. Next candle came up, made a top wick, closed below twice, and boom, lovely sell. In fact, I want to see what happened during the last CPI reading for pound, which was July 16th. It came out better than expected. So I want to see if price continued pushing or it pushed up and then came back down following the trend. So July 16th, 7 o'clock. Look. We were kind of already at the highs. We were pretty high up in the 199 price range. So it pushed up, created a long top wick, and then sold. Okay, so I'm going to be very cautious of that today. Very cautious of that today. 4-hour support. Right, so the buyers are off the table now with the 15-minute closing like this. It looks like this support might hold though. This is just a retest. If the next 15-minute candle closes bullish, then I'll be looking to take some buyers. Alright, we're gonna have a new 15. So we came back, respected this support. This 4-hour support. insane to be honest, especially with it inflation being higher than expected. Definitely expecting more of a push. So I'm gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to close just to get some more clarity on the direction, because right now this 15-minute candle is just closed with indecision. Do you know what I mean? It pushed up, came all the way back down, tapped into the support again, which is a good sign for the buyers, but closing with a weak bullish body is, yeah, it's not ideal. So if pounding can push up with this current 15-minute, at least give the 30-minute a bit more of a body, then I can look to take some buyers up. But all the readings were all better than expected. So 3.8 against 3.7 year to year. Core CPI was higher. RPI, retail price index, also higher than expected. So this should be bullish for the pound. Should be. This 50 is just going to tap this support again. Breaking its own low, the 30. I mean, the structure is bearish, so maybe it's getting that initial push as a reaction to the news, and then we're just going to continue with this trend, the bearish trend. Either way, I'm definitely waiting for this 30-minute candle to close now. Alright, let's see what this 30 minutes gonna do. So we tap this support. I think really if this support holds, we should get a nice retracement. Where's the next level below? Down here. 198.4. So it's not far. It's like what, 40 pips away? And then 197. Might have to wait until London open. For the actual volume. I do remember they were talking about dropping the news a bit later on, because dropping it at 7 is before, you know, the markets are open, and I believe there's something to do with COVID why it was why they pushed it earlier. Take sells below this support. The sales don't look bad, but I would need price to clear this 4-hour low. I'm in two minds because the trend is so bearish on gold right now, but this news is very bullish. I mean, the trend is bearish on GJ, but the news is very bullish. This news is very bullish for GJ, so I don't understand why it's falling. I don't want to trade against the news, so it might be a situation where I'm waiting until after market open. We're pushing. So maybe below 198.63. Let's see if this support holds here. I'm looking for at least a 730 candle, maybe to push back up, and maybe take buys at 8. Okay, so we respected the support. at least a bottom wick before this candle pushes up. This push up is a good sign that it's respecting the support. Only thing I don't like is that this current 30-minute doesn't have a bottom wick. Okay, it's there, it's tiny, but it's there. It's there. Came back down below the support, still respected this 4-hour low right here. Now pushing back up. So if I get a nice strong bullish closure, I'll be looking at some buys on the next candle. So far, 22 pips. Still a lot of time left though for this candle. Still loads of time left. It's a shame we have to wait so long for this candle to close before getting in. Gold buys look good. This clean range up. Only thing with gold now is because it's so bearish, I've had this push away, like it's broken out of this range. But when you have such a strong push after a breakout, I prefer when candles pull back, retest the zone, and then get into buys. But because it's bearish overall, I think it's just going to make a high and then come back down and just sell through this range anyway. So like a fake out. But at the same time, if it does continue pushing, do I think it retraces this whole drop? Not really. I'm going to leave gold right there where it's at. Buyers do look very good, very good. I've got an engulfing here. The only thing I don't like about this gold continuation pattern is the fact that gold is so bearish. Only thing. It's such a strong breakout. I'm taking buyers in the next 15-minute candle. Alright, Benny. Okay. Understandable. DJ sells yesterday. Oh, perfect. Yo, pound yen. So where were we? We were looking at GJ when it was coming up to this resistance level here. Then obviously it closed bearish. And we had this beautiful continuation pattern straight off this resistance, sold all the way down. Yeah, it was a nice move. I guess you just got in a bit too early during London, had to wait for the pullback, and then man, literally straight down to TP. Your TP was this 4-hour, it was this 4-hour support, wasn't it? The first one. So yeah, you would have got that same day. Real nice. Once this 4-hour candle pulled back and dropped the way it did, the sells were definitely looking good. I just didn't want to sell through. I mean, if this candle had closed below, I would have liked the sells a bit more, but it didn't really give me that. I guess this candle was the closure below. This support, this minor support up here. This would have been the closure, continuation pattern. Boom. Real nice. Sometimes you gotta take those re-entries. Sometimes you just need those re-entries. Ooh, I was nearly with you on the GJ buys, Bunny, but the way this 15-minute candle closed, if it had engulfed, it would have been better confirmation for me. But I can wait, I'll wait. Like I said, 8 o'clock, that's when I think the real volume will come in. Market open, we'll get a proper reaction to this news. hope we don't range on GJ. This here looks like it's fighting a bias. Like, where are we going? We might get one of those really slow pushes up. But I don't know how many times we can come back and retest this support here. What's gold doing? Excellent. I'm nearly happy that gold is coming back down because I didn't want to take the buyers right here. Gold, what I want to see is a pullback, retest at least to this area here where the wicks are, pull back and then continue up if it's going to push. Below and sells back down. This is my gold trade idea. My gold idea for this morning. Keep it simple. Pull back, retest, bounce, push up. What's gold 4 hour looking like? Because the 4 hour candle's already broken a previous high, so. But then look at this 10 a.m. candle. Still continued up. It had a very small bottom wick though at the beginning. Pushed up, came back down, broke the low and then continued to drop. So we've definitely got to consider this 4 hour. So if it does continue up, like I said, I wanna retest. So 33.30s, right up here, maybe here. Let me put this in, maybe a retest right here. Broken support. Four-hour double bottom. The idea sounds great. Right, 7 minutes before a potential entry. Take for me to get into some gold GJ sells. Yeah, a closure below, but a closure below 198.63, breaking this 4 hour low. So yeah, if price came down and then broke this low, then I would look for some sells. This 30-minute does need a longer bottom wick. Very, 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 very small bottom wick when it opened. Really small. To the point where it looked non-existent. 30. What we do in pound yen? What we do in pound yen? The 30-minute closed weak bullish. So unfortunately that means no trade for me just yet. Not really feeling this closure. We're still in this range, that's the problem. So we've got a high here, 198.87, kind of a resistance, and we've got the support, 4-hour level, and we've closed below both times. So the 7 o'clock candle's closed below, 7:30 candle is closed still within this range. So I don't have much of a direction, especially when this bullish candle has closed weak. Therefore, no entry just yet. Gold is still ranging. Look at this 15-minute time frame. Nothing going on here. I have to play the waiting game with GJ today. Okay, we're doing the same thing it did last time. Last candle, we pushed up first, quite early into the candle. Then towards the end, it just pulled back and then closed with a long top wick. That's not what I want to do. Gold, yep. Gold still falling. Perfect. Perfect. Not feeling the price action on both pairs right now, but if I can get a strong bullish closure for GJ on at least a 15-minute time frame, I'll consider jumping into some buys. Echo Mind, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. You only trade GJ and gold? Yes, for now. Looking at maybe potentially adding another pair in, especially for London session. Like German 40 or French 40. Oh look, this continuation pattern played out beautifully on German 40. Real nice. It's like a fake out, pushed up, closed back in the range, boom. I think I had my resistance here. And look, nice closure below. So yesterday I did actually journal some potential trades, like how my strategy, where I could have used my strategy. on German 40 and French 40. I looked at both. There's some potential with these pairs, definitely some potential. Gold is making waves. Would have preferred a retest, like I said, but got some clean candles. We did get a pullback, which is still valid. Let's see. Look at that. Pound yen came right back and closed week bullish. Definitely taking my time with GJ today. The most it got to about 20 odd pips off this support. European indices are good for London session. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Look for something new for London session, and then potentially an alternative for NY as well. So we're thinking NAS 100. Thinking NAS 100. Really moving. It's a nice retracement here. Pound yen just keeps doing the same thing. Push up at the beginning of the candle and then retrace and leave a long top wick. It's been 1, 2, at least 3 candles out of the last 5. this 30-minute candle going to be the confirmation for my buys. Still a whole 7 minutes left. It's looking good. It's looking good. We've got a bottom wick. Broken the previous candle's high. Hopefully it doesn't leave a long top wick like the past two candles. And then what I do is I take an entry, break of this high. I have my stop loss right on the support. So depending on where it pushes, it's going to be minimum 25 pips, and then just hold. Because I'd anticipate we'd get to at least, you know, this resistance 199.25, which would be, you know, the top of this 4-hour level, and then we just continue bullish. So the main bias for the buyers, well, the two bias for the buyers are we're pushing up from a 4-hour support, and two, we've got bullish sentiment coming from the fundamentals, from a strong pound CPI. So those are the two main reasons, the two main bullish biases. That's good enough for me. Man, finally pushed up right towards the end of the candle, as expected with DJ. This is what it does. Right towards the end of the candle, we get the move. The volume kicks in. But this is good. This is good. Ideally now we get a bottom wick. We break this high. The volume. We keep pushing up. Yeah, we catch the move. Even though this resistance is here, I'm still going to take the bias because of, I believe the volume will continue pushing GJ. Hopefully it gives me a nice bottom wick first and doesn't just drive straight up. But this engulfing right here, I mean, look at this. 1 hour candle looks great. Broken this high. Oh yeah, we're good to go on GJ. Let's get lined up here. how long we got left until this candle closes? A minute and 40. Cool. Oof. Stop loss got bigger, didn't it? I wasn't expecting this much of a push, but it is what it is. 30 pip stop loss on GJ is not bad. It's not bad at all. I needed to pull back just a little, give me a nice top wick. Oh, gold is gone. GJ's gone. It's gone. Stop loss might be a bit too big for me now. Wait, what's the maximum? I don't really want longer than a 40 pip stop loss. Damn. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. It push up with no bottom wick, or push up first. Gold pull back or something. I might have to leave Pandian for this morning. Not really giving me the setup I need. Pound's just gonna keep pushing with no bottom wick. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens at this resistance, since it closed very close to it, because we're having this reaction because of pound yen, because of pound CPI, right? We're pushing up from the support, finally getting that volume from the news. Now it should be, I won't say long-term bearish, long-term bullish, because there are other factors obviously that are affecting, that could influence GJ. So am I expecting it to push up for the whole day? Maybe, because the next interest rate decision isn't for another like 6 weeks. It's every 4 to 6 weeks, so there's a lot of time left. But pound yen is currently, I want to say it's bearish, but we are pulling back from that 200 price point constantly every time we reach there. So at the same time, that pullback might be over and we might get the push back up there, or it could be continuing. It could continue that pullback, create a lower high, and then just sell back down. But the best entry definitely would have been off of this support here. I've nearly collected enough data for this strategy to start implementing it properly. Right now I'm still in that stage of just collecting. So this, when I put this one down, it will be a retest of 4-hour support. I wouldn't call this exactly a double bottom on the 30-minute, but the confirmation is usually, if it was going to be a buy off of support, it's either the 4-hour or the 30-minute. The confirmation would be a bullish bias, so in this case it would be the news, or just, you know, higher time frame is overall bullish, the trend is bullish, and we're just pulling back to retest. So those would be the confirmations for a buy from a support. And in this case it would be, like I said, the 4-hour support being respected, and then the setup for the trades are usually a candle closing on the level, on, just above, just below. So in this case it would be this 7 o'clock 30-minute candle. It closed, it tapped into the support, closed right above. Entry, next candle, literally as soon as the next candle opens, that's the entry. And then the stop loss would be below, like, the structure, below the lows of the structure. Another confirmation would be the fact that the 4-hour candle didn't break this previous 4-hour candle low. So this is how I would get in. So this is something I'll throw into my journal, add it. This is another win. These are the confirmations. This is what I need to see, and then just log it down. But so far it's a pretty good strategy, and it allows me to get in a bit earlier into trades, because typically if I'm taking a buy off a support, I'm waiting for like a 30-minute candle or at least a 15-minute to create a strong support off that level. So it just means I get in a bit later, but I have that confirmation. In this case it would be, I wouldn't even use this candle because it's a very strong weak support, long top wick, didn't like it. So if this candle had closed bullish with a support, a strong body, then like I was planning, I would have got in on the next candle, this one here, if it was a bit lower. But this candle just, it shot up too much. So yeah, the retest just give a bit of a better entry, and you get, I have smaller stop losses majority of the time as well when I'm back testing it. But definitely I've been looking at you know, trading it with current market conditions. I always look out for it, you know, during every session. And this one would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. come down for this bottom wick or no? GJ's finally coming back for this bottom wick. Finally. Ideally now, for me to get into some GJ buys, I need price to close above this resistance. Doing still chugging away. So no, I'm gonna have an alert up here. This GJ push was nice, man. It was nice. Fortunately, didn't get the initial push up. 7 minutes. Just give us that little push. Slightly higher. Come on, perfect. Alright, you know how it goes. Last 10 minutes of the candles when we see that move. This is going to be a big 1 hour candle though. Look at that. Looking at the 15 to see if there could have been a better entry, but honestly, I don't see it. I don't see it. These candles, the way they've closed, the structure of them, the characteristics, nothing created a really nice support for price to just follow through. Like even here we had a strong body, pretty strong body, not that strong because obviously the wick, looking at this wick is longer than the actual body, but we created a support off the support. If this had been an engulfing, an entry on the next candle would have been great, but this candle closed bearish. Weak body, even this one too, we broke the high but closed with a weak body, and then obviously we got the candle that shot up, so there wasn't really much entry opportunities down there. That the 4 hour high was broken. Where was it here? This is the previous 4 hour high right here. But it broke with the news and then it struggled and then we just pushed up. But I like that. And we have the daily making a longer top wick. If we can get a push up from here back to 200, that would be brilliant. So closure above, next candle, make a bottom wick, tap the resistance, and then just keep pushing up through this range. Feeling gold right now. I think it's because we do have this clean range, the daily is bullish, but my bias for gold is bearish, so I'm struggling to to see the buy opportunities. I see the buys, but I don't want the buys. Good. Still 6 minutes left though. So I'm anticipating what I think could happen, but I'm only going to execute on what I actually see. So I'm just planning ahead. If I get a small closure above, I'll take the break of the high straight away. If it's a big push away from the zone, I'm going to wait for a retest, at least a wick, and then get in. But maybe at like the candle flip. So here we go. That volume towards the end of the candle, which I've been talking about for ages now. It's been a very good push on this level. What's that, about 60 pips now? Maybe even more. Down from this. Yeah, about 60 pips. Real nice push. With this GJ push, just want a little bounce and then continue up. Good, pull back a bit, give me a top wick. Give me a bit of range. With it being close to 9 o'clock, I'm anticipating that if I do get into some buys, I'm going to be holding for quite a while, to be honest. It's going to be a set and forget type trade. Because you know I believe the volume dies down after 10 o'clock. Man, this thing is moving. This is a big breakout. So now I definitely need to wait for a pullback before I get into anything.